many international friends. They know in China there are Tibetans and Uyghurs. They may not know in China we have 56 nationalities, including the Han and the 55 ethnic minorities. Personally, I'm Manchu, one of the Chinese minorities. I grew up in Guizhou in southeast China. So I'm very interested in the history and the culture of the Chinese minorities, and I'm very concerned about their situation of today and of the future. I just cannot wait to share the stories with all my friends over the world.
Guizhou is my second hometown. 17 ethnic minorities live here, accounting for 39% of the total population. For thousands of years, all ethnic groups in Guizhou have lived together in harmony, each imparting their long-standing culture and jointly creating a rich and colorful Guizhou culture. The beautiful village you see here is the largest Miao village in China as well as in the world, Xijiang Thousand Household Miao Village in southeast Guizhou, China, where more than 1,200 Miao families still live here today. The purpose for me to visit the Xijiang Thousand Household Miao Village is to learn more about how the traditional culture and the lifestyle of ethnic minorities is effectively preserved and passed on. Xijiang Thousand Household Miao Village is one of the first villages to have opened for tourism, and therefore it is getting commercialized. I want to know if the increasing commercialization had affected the traditional lifestyle of the Miao people. So I especially choose to visit the village at the time of the traditional drum festival. We follow the villagers from other villages who are carrying ducks, fish, homemade rice wine, and other gifts for their relatives here in the village. I'm filled with tears when I hear unseasoned crackling firecrackers to welcome the guests from all directions, and when I'm invited to drink the welcome wine again and again. All sorts of feelings well up in my mind when I see the long-lasting free autumn fair because of the 3-year COVID-19 restriction. That also reminds me of the battlefield of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. How precious the harmonious autumn fair in front of me is, and how happy we are to live in this peaceful environment. Dating back to more than 2,000 years, the Drum Festival is a festival that occurs once every 13 years and is celebrated for 3 consecutive years, each time for 10 days, with different activities each day. This year is the 3rd year of the Drum Festival in Xijiang Village, the most significant one. We are very lucky to be here to take part in this grand event. On the days of the festival, people solemnly cherish the memory of their ancestors, pray that people of the clan respect the aged and love the young, live in harmony, be diligent and frugal, and pass on their good expectations from generation to generation. On the first night of the festival, pigs are sacrificed to worship ancestors. I don't feel comfortable with the thought that so many pigs will be slaughtered when I see them lying on the roadside with only few hours left to be alive. A villager reminds me and says, "You must not think that way. These pigs are the sacrifice for our ancestors. They are very lucky." The Drum Festival is the local people's own event. Guests from all directions are also warmly welcome to celebrate this grand festival with them. The development of tourism has played a positive role for the transmission of the culture and the traditions of China's ethnic minorities. However, the commercialization that follows has inevitably brought some downsides. For example, the streets in the village have become full of tourists who crowd here to live stream for their blog fans, more or less interfering with the villagers' daily life. These consequences are something we need to actively think about and find ways to improve. The Miao people are very hospitable. The 5 of us are warmly invited by a villager for the reunion dinner for family members and friends. According to the custom, we burn cigarettes, alcohol, and drinks as gifts for the occasion. An endless stream of guests composed of family members, relatives, friends, and colleagues come to the dinner, quickly filling up the room. The father performs the ritual to worship ancestors and recaps the meaning of the drum festival for us. The guests are chatting enthusiastically with endless toasts.
Baby, 'cause what we tell you are, just what we tell you are, the guy get one every day.
The next day, we passed by the house of a villager whom we had never met before, and after a few words of a short talk, we were warmly invited to his house for dinner. The relatives and friends who came to visit yesterday are living today, bringing back with them pork meat, pig legs, pig livers, and wine as the gift from the families that they have visited. It warms my heart to see the villagers joyfully walking down the street. Having lived in the city for so long, far away from my own hometown, I envy the villagers having this kind of life. The traditional culture of the ethnic minorities in Guizhou is part of China's wealth. It is very gratifying that it can be protected and imparted with help and support from the government. In 2006, the Drum Festival in Leishan County, Guizhou Province, applied to become part of China's intangible cultural heritage. Xijiang Miao Village also has its own museum. My colleague Sun and I are attracted by the displays with interesting stories in the museum.
In China, we have a very famous song. Almost every Chinese can sing it. It goes like that. 56个民族，56朵花，56个兄弟姐妹是一家。It means in China we have 56 nationalities. The 56 nationalities just like 56 flowers. The 56 flowers just like brothers and sisters. We are all from one family.
As a member of one of China's ethnic minorities, it is my responsibility to maintain the unity of Chinese ethnic groups and inherit the ethnic culture.